pick up where you left off.
Okay.
About your horrible social anxiety that I can totally relate to.
I think a lot of us could actually relate to that, to be honest. But yeah, no, so I went to like AVN, and it was my first year, and I've never been to Vegas either, to top that off. And I was there like literally alone. I had like a couple of my agency roommates, which was super lame because really none of us even got along. We all had like something against each other, which was really kind of stupid.
Sucks.
It was really kind of stupid. I just get along with everyone, but I try to get along with some of them. So, like, pretty much just was like alone. And whenever I went to go do anything, like go get food or in like leaving the expo, it was like fucking ridiculous. Like I was always scared someone was gonna like grab me or pull me or like someone. And I had a foxtail and like a butt plug, and I was afraid someone was gonna pull it out.
Yeah.
Or someone was just gonna touch me, and like I have really bad reflexes where like I will actually like elbow you in the face, not even realizing what's going on.
Which is fair if some random stranger
I've done it
grabs
so
you.
many times to people and my friends. So it always like scares me. I'm just gonna like randomly elbow someone just coming up to me and touching me. And it's just like I didn't even realize like I had really terrible social anxiety until like I went to like AVN because I'm not used to, like I'm used to being in like a secluded room by myself, and this just been how I am like all my life. So going into an open casino with hundreds like and thousands of people, I'm just like freaking the fuck out trying to one, entertain people, two, trying to figure out what I'm into, and I can't even do anything because I'm 18, so wherever I go, I'm like carded, and I'm like, wait, I literally went up to the bar and was like, can I have a glass of water? Because I was literally
thirsty.
I was so fucking thirsty.
Because it's dry as
from the expo, and they were like, oh no, you can't even be up here. I was like, what? I just want water.
Yeah.
Like, so I had to actually go to wait in line for like another fucking store, and it was so ridiculous.
The AVN has changed a lot. Can I put this over here? Is that cool?
Put it wherever you want.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm going to put it up here.
Oh, okay.
Like this. Aim it at you. Like, kinda. I don't know. Use my wallet as a tripod. Sure. That looks fine. I'm going to sit. Is that okay?
I don't care what you do.
I'm going to take off my shoes and sit with you. Opposed to awkwardly stand in front of you and lecture you and try to stay out of you. You're like...
Not really. I just put a light on because I wasn't sure if you wanted it or not.
Okay. Whatever makes your room, whatever makes you happy in your room.
Sleeping.
Yeah?
Yeah, usually I just...
You want to sleep and I'll just, like, awkwardly leave?
Nah, I'm good. I actually need to do things today. Like I have to go to Wells Fargo. Like yesterday, do you bank with Wells Fargo? No. Who do you bank with?
I have... Oh, shit. I'm gonna call him later. I have a few banks. I bank with, but not Wells Fargo.
I need a new bank. Because, like, literally last night, like, I got back from work and I made tips. So I went to go to the ATM to, like, just deposit whatever cash I had on me. And it literally would not let me deposit cash into
like
my...
at a club? Like stripping and stuff?
No, it's just, like, I bartend.
Oh, okay.
So,
you can bartend if you're under 21?
Yeah, you bartend at the AJT.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. But, okay, so, like, you do the, like, deposit button on the ATM. So, like, you just touch deposit to deposit cash into your whatever, into your account.
I've never deposited cash, but I believe you. I can imagine this.
Okay, so literally, you just walk up to the ATM, you put in your PIN, and then there's, like, settings on what you want to do with your account, and you just hit deposit, so you can put cash or checks into, like, the little slot thing, and then they scan them, and then they go into your account. It was, like, unavailable. The button was unavailable. I was like, okay, maybe it's just this ATM. I was like, well, this is f***ing stupid. Went to the one right next to it. Same thing happened. I was like, alright, I'm going to a different location. Went to a different location. Same thing was happening. And I was like, what is going on?
So maybe they can't accept cash after a certain time?
That's weird. It's never happened because I've been going to that same location, and I've always been doing this for like a really long time. So it's never happened before.
So how many jobs do you have? So you bartend, you perform in porno, and you also cam?
I'm gonna start camming. I do like some cam shows. I've done like 2.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't do it.
It's so, for me, it's just like a huge like mental thing. Like it's literally acting on a but you can't up, and it's like.
Well, it's much more like customer service.
It is. It's like a lot, and I think to me it's mentally draining.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's Yara.
Girl.
No. Oh, it's probably no. I don't know this before. There's 6 of us in this house.
Damn.
We all kind of just do our own thing. Like Summer, I've seen her a handful of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. She like basically rents that guy's house. And then Yara, she basically is just in her room all day long. Me and her, we do a lot of stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we're relatively the same kind of person. We're just like little hermit crabs. And then my 2 guy roommates, they're super dope guys. They kind of like to have fun and party and stuff. And they're like a lot. They have a lot of friends in the industry, the civilians. But Frankie just like works out. Tony works. They just work out, watch TV, bring girls over.
I can't have roommates. I'm like so like reclusive and like I need to
do my own stuff.
I need to I would like go live in a tent.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go live in a tent by myself.
I felt the same way whenever I moved here. I was like, I really just want to be alone and on my own, and then I was in a really big house by myself out in Marina Del Rey, and it was really awkward. And
you said you wanted to room?
Really they jacked up my rent to like $6,500.
Sons of bitches.
That was kind of deal breaker for me.
Pieces of shit.
And I had a dog at the time and a snake. I have a snake now, but
I was gonna say you have a lot of terrariums.
I do. I have. Well, I used to have fish, but they all died whenever I went to San Diego for like 2 days. My roommates couldn't even take care of my fish, and all of them died. I had 7 fish.
Fish, don't you just like you feed them a little bit and then.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, your fish died.
That was so repulsive to me, but
Bastards.
yeah, right?
Bastards.
But so this like old house, it was like a really large, like 6-bedroom house that I had. It was super like dope. I loved it. I took a lot of care of it because I'm grateful and I and I occasionally had like one of my roommates come over. He was never, because his mom lives in Malibu and he lives with his mom. Like, why the fuck would you want to live in Marina Del Rey whenever you have a mansion? Like, whatever, So it was me, my dog, and my snake there, like 24/7, and I don't have a car, so I can't really go out and do things. And it's really expensive to drive, like, to get a Lyft or an Uber from Marina Del Rey to the Valley, really to anywhere. Yeah. And so I was there just like alone, 24/7, just doing my thing. Work was really shitty that month. I was going through a lot of different like appearance changes. I was like trying to figure out what like worked with my look. I wasn't getting any work. And then I had my dog. Yeah, and my dog, he was pretty much like the biggest thing that like socially was pretty nice, but I just got him from like, because whenever I lived in Pennsylvania, I went to school, like I was still going to school, but I was like on my own, but I couldn't afford to have my own place, so I was staying with my best friend and her family, and they already had 2 dogs, and their one little dog doesn't like other dogs. So I couldn't just bring in my dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I basically took upon this dog that I couldn't even like take care of because I just like I didn't want him to go to a shelter. But I found ways and loopholes to get him to stay with other friends just until I got my own place. So whenever I finally was able to get that house on Marina Del Rey, I paid almost $1,000 to have him transported. Like this guy drove from Pennsylvania, got him, and then drove out to California.
Jesus.
So I paid almost $1,000 for that.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Yeah. Originally I would have paid like not even $300 just for gas to make a round trip like that. So paying $1,000 was was a lot of money, and then not even the money I spent on his health, and then also his just supplies, like dog supplies. And just for me to have to give him away once I left that house again. So, and then my snake died, so
life just sucks. Your fish died, snake died.
Life sucked in November, hardcore. It really did suck. I wasn't getting any work, and I was like literally almost homeless. It was pretty shitty. But I like got through it, and then I got here.
And now things are better.
And Much better. Woo!
I'm sorry you had to deal with all that crap.
No, it's totally cool. It's just like obstacles.
Life throws you shit sometimes,
Mhm.
and you gotta deal with it.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, that's cool. So, what are your plans for the rest of the day? You gonna go to the bank, and then what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I might get food.
Food's probably a good idea.
Food is sounds. I had cereal.
Cereal's good. Food's important. It's an important thing.
I agree. I feed 2 people for me. I'm like, I eat so much food. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't, but
Food's good though. It's an enjoyable food.
I think I maintain like what I eat though. Like if I eat anything unhealthy, it's like very spaced out.
Okay.
So if I have like a bag of pizza rolls one day, then like the next day I'll just like eat like really healthy food because I felt like really shitty from eating a bag of pizza rolls. I did that and I got really sick.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I also like worked like 3 times in like a week, so I was like,
That bag of pizza rolls will f*** you up.
Alright, the limit is a bag of pizza rolls.
No more than that.
No more than that.
Cool. A lot of questions.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
What's going on with you? I wasn't even aware you had a girlfriend.
Yeah. You doing?
No,
Did I tell you that?
I didn't know that. How long have you guys been together?
3 years.
Whoa!
Something like that.
That's
Over 3
funny.
years.
How do you maintain that?
Me, personally?
Yeah.
I find people that are more emotionally void than myself, though. What do you mean?
Like, how do you... Okay, so I have a boyfriend,
Mhm.
and he's a civilian.
Okay.
It's not that he doesn't disagree with what I'm doing, or he's telling me not to do... You know, like the average civilian boyfriend who's like, I want you out of... Stuff like that. He loves that I'm in...
I'm listening to stuff. I'm just listening.
You're good.
Yeah. So he loves that you're in porn.
But it's confusing slightly because he talks to me about it in like this really weird way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having a dark sense of humor.
Is it the type of thing where you think that he's like cool with it, but he's not? Like where he's like, where he'll like make jokes about things, and you're like, "Are you serious? Are you cool with this? Or are you not cool with this?"
Yeah, like he'll ask me like kind of like uncomfortable, like.
Just means he's not cool with it. Or
I think he's just trying to cope with it.
Yeah.
Really.
Were you guys dating before you got into porn?
Mm-mm.
So he should know what he's getting into. I hate that when guys.
I know. I told him straight up.
Yeah.
And I'm like kind of like emotionally detached just because growing up I've witnessed relationships and always bad relationships.
Yeah, I think that if you're gonna start dating, like let's say you and I start dating, and you're in, and we date, and then 3 months later I'm like, hey, I can't deal with you doing, and that should be me. That should be me saying I need to break up because I can't deal with this. Sorry,
Right.
Not you need to quit doing now because we've been dating. Like I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
And I understand if we're dating, and then you say, hey, I want to do. You go, oh shit, I wasn't dating a chick, and I don't know if I can cope with that. Maybe if you want to be in this relationship with me, you need to choose me over that, and then kind of make like I get that conversation, but I also just don't care. I don't understand why people care when people f other people go f everyone. Like,
Like as many people as you want. Yeah, for me, I think he's not like I don't want you in because I'm insecure. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like, how was your day at work? And then he makes like little side jokes that I know he's insecure about, and I'm like, okay, don't make those jokes because I know you're insecure and I don't want to like hurt you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
that was my guess, was either that or it was he's like super into it, but he's like still like a little nervous to be like, yeah, tell me about sucking that. But wants to be like in that mindset. But it sounds like he's more he's not cool with it, and he's trying to make jokes to cope.
I think he's really just trying to go with it.
That's shitty.
But he's either just gonna have to suck, because I told him straight up, like whenever we first started dating.
Well, I think you look awesome sucking and getting, and you're very good at it and very fun to have sex with. And I hope that you continue to do said. But I understand that if you choose your relationship over it, I will just miss you, and I'll still be your friend.
I will never choose a relationship over. It's like, my relationship isn't paying my bills.
Fair enough.
So.
Yeah. But if you do, I'll still come over here and hang out with you and be your friend, and I won't
be my friend.
I won't.
You'll talk to me in your drinking wine. That's what we do. We generally talk about the industry and drink wine.
Yes, I'm down for that. I like wine. I like talking. I talk a lot. I'm trying to work on it.
I know. I remember when we first met you. I actually had no idea who you were. Not gonna lie.
That's fun.
They were like, "Oh, you're shooting James Deen," and I was like, "Wait."
Who is that?
I was like, because it was like my second. I think it was my second boy girl ever that I got to shoot with you, which is really dope. Because now I'm totally aware of who you are, and I'm like, yeah, I get to shoot James.
You're like, oh, I had to shoot with him. I guess I might as well like him.
might as well. But no, like I was shooting, and then like I was staying in a model house, so like all the girls were like, "Oh my god, you're shooting James," and I was like, "Wait, what's going on right now?" Because I've shot with other people, and it's like the same thing. And so whenever I found out I was shooting with you, I like kind of researched you, and I like learned how you. And I knew you were really rough, and I was like, okay.
Really not.
Well, like not really rough, but like the scenes I watched, they were rough scenes. Like they called for it.
The problem with that is, so really, like when it comes to, I like everything. There isn't a thing that I like. If you're like, I am into this, then yeah, that's what I'm into as well. And so I kind of base my like actions on the people I'm, and then obviously there's like the work part of it, where like if you are doing a scene for kink.com, you're not going to show up expecting to be made love to. You're going to be like tied up in. If you're doing a scene for X art or med art or something like that, you're not going to expect to show up being beat the shit out of and like crazy. You're going to be more romantic and stuff.
Right.
And so I got typecasted in a lot of really rough, crazy shit. And then what would end up happening is like I'm pretty good, I guess. I don't know. I don't like giving myself compliments.
You just happen to be like natural at being rough.
Well, it's not that. It's I'm pretty good at making things on camera look way rougher and crazier than they are in real life.
Okay.
So so you and I are going to do like a crazy rough scene, and we do the scene, and you're like, oh wow, that wasn't crazy at all. But then you see it, like, holy shit, that looks like, here, I'll show you an example. So, like, I will grab girls' like heads and like and like pretend to be face and do this. So like I'm like hitting the wall, and it sounds like I'm slamming your head against the wall, but really I'm just going like. And so then on camera it'll look like you're like, oh holy shit, he's smashing that girl's head into the wall, but then really it's just like, I don't know, just looks crazy. And
but it's really not.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just learned how, like, the way the camera works.
Yeah, and so then what will end up happening is then a lot of girls would be like, oh, I want to work with James if it's a rough thing because he's not going to actually hurt me. And also I'm little, and I feel like girls feel safer because they're like, oh yeah, at any point if it gets too crazy, I could just beat his ass because he's tiny.
I've never thought that, but that's pretty interesting to think about.
No, that's just my...
Really?
Has
any girl ever said that to you?
No.
Okay, I've never heard any girl say that about you.
No, but I think that I did.
But a lot of girls do say that they really enjoy your scenes. Like me, preferably, I also enjoy your scenes just because you look really good on camera and you perform really well too. You're the first guy to ever make me squirt, so that just happened. That just happened.
Crazy.
That was pretty. I didn't even know what was going on. Like I literally asked. We just had, and then I literally was like, "Wait, am I squirting?" And you guys were like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh shit." I was totally unaware that was going to happen.
I just thought that that's the thing that you did.
But, no. Never squirted in my life. But that's dope, though. I remember, but now I, like, know how, like, to make myself squirt and everything else like that, so I'm like,
Squirt Pro.
Squirt Pro.
Nice.
It was, like, really awkward in high school because I always thought it was, like, really gross. Yeah. My school was, like, really conservative. I don't know anything.
I've always been, like, a total... So, like, I'm always the kid that people are like, ew! You swallow. I'm like, damn right she swallows. That girl's cool. Like, ew, you kissed her after she sucked. And you're like, yeah.
I hate guys like that. Like,
why wouldn't I?
Like, what's wrong with you? Why wouldn't you kiss her after she sucks your? Like, what's
I
wrong
don't
with
know,
that?
dude. I got a very large scope of what is.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm always just been a total hoe bag.
Total hoe bag.
Kind of my thing.
I was like,
kind of like really gross.
I was really like as a freshman in high school, I was extremely like good with my eyes and teasing, and I was totally unaware of it because I just didn't do anything. And then like my sophomore year, everything escalated.
Interesting.
Like I just like lost my virginity, and then I found out. Just, like, really, it was ridiculous. It was just, like, a huge, like, journey for me, my sophomore year in high school. And then my junior year, I was, like, down. My senior year was down, and I graduated, and then went up. And I was, like, and then... So now I'm just kind of, like, trying to figure out what I like and what I'm into.
What are you currently into and currently like? Because it's allowed to change. You're allowed to go.
Yeah,
I go
so
through
when I
phases
first started,
yeah.
I was like really into like hardcore, like, but kind of like intimate at the same time, and I'm still like that. So it was really nice that I had that scene with you because it helped me a lot. And then I had like other scenes that were like gonzo, and I was like, well, I'm trying to work but also enjoy this, and it's kind of like awkward for me because I'm like, I'm not fully attracted to the guy that I'm working with, but like I like him as a person. It's like trying to work but also enjoy it is like kind of difficult. So like fully enjoying it is limited for me, kind of, because if there's a camera, I'm just like, bleh. But I don't know, I'm like still trying to figure out
what
I'm still doing. I think one of the best I've ever had was with a trans, actually.
Nice.
So I just recently had the trans for the first time. Her name's Nina Lawless. Have you ever heard of her? No, she's awesome though. But I've like never came so hard in my life so many times, and like that was a different experience for me too, because like I've had orgasms, but like not really like noticeable orgasms. It's just like more so like, wet and my legs just shake, but I don't realize what's happening. You know what I mean? So it's like people are like, "Oh, then you didn't have." I'm like, "No, I know I did. It's just I really didn't like. I was so focused like in the moment, I didn't even realize I was like coming or something." That's my meter. I know it scares me. Like,
a lot of noises in your ghost house.
In my ghost house,
Yeah, the doors just close and open.
It's an old house. It is. It's really old style. I'll show you afterwards. It's like weird. The floors are fucking like weird and shit. The kitchen looks like it's straight out of like a 70s house. I don't even know.
Ghost house.
It's awkward. I don't know what's going on with this house.
Awkward ghost house. Well, that's cool that you're learning new things about yourself.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Do you learn new things about yourself still, or
yeah.
you're just like, I know everything about myself?
No, I don't know shit. I never thought I knew anything about anything, so I've always kind of like the way I think about things is kind of just like, I don't know, I never go in anywhere with a plan or an idea or anything, and I kind of just I just try to communicate and let it go.
You just kind of wing.
Yeah.
You just kind of wing it. That's what I do too.
Yeah.
Because every time I think I know something, I go back in like into the future, and then I go back in time, and I'm like, I really don't know anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I wasting any time telling myself that I know something whenever I really don't?
My theory is like, I'll try anything twice. And so, like, for the most part, if I think I know something, and I'll be like, and like I'm presented an alternative, like, let's go like back to the I'm like, I like him like this. And you're like, cool, I want to say this. I'd be like, alright, well, I'll try it. And then if it was like way better, then I'd be like, oh shit, I never knew that. Or I'd be like, cool, I now know. I was right. I am into this sort of thing. Right. And then if you're like, well, let me try it one more time, I'll be like, all right, try it again. And then if it was like the same, you still felt the same way. All right, now I have an idea. But I'm always open to like learning things.
Yeah.
That was a bad example. It was the first thing that came to mind because your foot's on my. So I was thinking about you touching my dick and stuff. Sort of thinking about blowjobs.
That's understandable. Yeah, for me right now,
that's why I brought that up.
You're good, but like for me right now, I think actually for oral, I'm totally aware that I'm much more into pleasing people than getting pleased. Until like it comes to, because whenever it comes to, I'm still pleasing you, but I'm also like more focused on how I'm being pleased. That's like when I'm just like noticing, I guess. But when it comes to like oral, I really don't enjoy getting oral.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's a really uncomfortable situation for me, I guess.
It's not weird. Everyone's different. There's no need to explain or justify or analyze it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. There's a difference between...
Yeah, but the same thing we were saying is like, I don't know if I don't like it. I think I've just had like bad experiences with oral.
Well.
And it's like awkward.
Then you can totally feel free to tell people to stop doing it. But then when you're like, I'm going to curious if I like this or not, and it'll be like, if I start like going down on you, then you're like, cool. No, I'm right.
It's like, no, just come back up. Come back up.
There's no rules. You just make it up as you go along. Say whatever you want. When you have something in your head
Yeah.
that you want to try or do, then you go for it. And do
Yeah,
it.
that's true. I don't know. I just kind of wing it. I just kind of wing it, like, literally all the time. Like I go on set with, like, no set plan on how to do anything.
So then you just kind of go and just see what happens.
Yeah.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah, like I had a shoot.
support that.
I had a scene yesterday with Alex Legend, and he was kind of like a weird guy. He was kind of weird to have sex with. He was more businessy than actually, like, he wasn't, like, totally focused on communicating with me so that we have, like, a built connection. So I was, like, quiet during this. It was, like, but I had, like, obviously I had to project that I really enjoyed it, and that I found him really attractive because he's my sister's boyfriend, and I've always wanted to him. So I had to, like, project, obviously, that character, but at the same time I was like, you're kind of awkward to have with.
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't overanalyze it and think about stuff like that deeply. It's the most successful people in this girls and stuff that work all the time and have become, stars or whatever, consistently or forever. They might have some thoughts like that on a subconscious level, but they just show up and have fun and just kick ass.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I showed up and, like, I did my job, and we had a really great scene, because I was, like, really very, like, I've gotten very vocal with talking and acting, and so obviously, like, the scene was really good, but just, like, subconsciously, I was like, oh, you're kind of awkward.
Yeah, well, sometimes, awkward people.
Awkward people.
Awkward people.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward people.
I think everyone kind of awkward.
I do too. I think a lot of people are really awkward.
I think we just, like, all have this common desire to, and it's okay.
We're all just really
slick. Yeah.
We're really slick. It's accurate.